So Hannah comes along, and I think we'd run out of snacks, right? We'd run out of snacks, so we decided we'd go to IGA and get some more snacks.
I wanted to buy soda for everyone for the night because I thought, you know what, let's just pick up a case of soda for recording.
Yeah, we got some.
Because it was the same night Luke was bringing us dinner.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And Luke wasn't here yet, so we're just chilling and waiting. So we decided we'd go off to get some snacks and food and stuff.
Yeah.
What did Hannah got? A whole bunch of chocolates and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I bought anything from memory.
I didn't leave.
You were excited because you found like a bottle from the company you work for. And you're like, this is the second time I've held this bottle.
You
were very adamant about that because you told Hannah and then you told me and then you told the both of us.
Yeah, because it was the whole thing of like, it's like when you see something that you've made on the shelf in a store. That's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, for a moment I was pretty like, oh, this is the second time I've held this bottle. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of like when a kid like brings you a drawing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I made this.
You know what it's more like?
This deserves a spot on the fridge.
It's more like a
Just
dad.
like open the bottle and just
A dad who's driving through the
fridge.
neighborhood. A dad who's driving through the neighborhood with his kid, and the dad's just like, "Oh, I built that house. I built that house too. I built that house." That's what it's more like.
Yeah.
He thinks that.
Sorry.
when really he probably put a couple of nails in here and there.
That's I guess the reality of it. The reality of it is I didn't do it all by myself, but I was a part of the process.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hadn't seen that particular one on the shelf before, so I was like, that's why I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Because normally, I think by that stage it had sort of caught up because obviously, like the stuff I'm making now isn't going to be in the shops for ages.
Yeah.
So there's like a bit of time between transit and stuff moving around, and when like other stock gets finished first. So
Expiry date.
yeah. Well, the expiry dates is pretty big. So like so like they're like a year or 2 years. But anyway, we're the thing where we get some drinks and stuff, and then we go back to do recording. We're doing piano at the time. We were recording piano. So Luke came to join us, and he brought us dinner, and then that was all good. That was G times. We all had food. We went to Yuki's. Yuki's an awesome Japanese restaurant. Really good food.
I ordered the wrong thing.
Yeah, and then we basically finished piano. I wasn't there for the last 2 days though. I had a course. I had a course on, so I had to do the course.
But Connor, what course did you have?
I can proudly say,
Can you?
I'm forklift certified.
He's the better man out of all of us.
I think he just got more chest hairs than I do. That's saying something. That's really saying something.
More back hairs than you do.
He's gonna start growing like a proper beard now. Sorry.
So anyway, so I wasn't there for the last 2 days because I had to go do this stuff. But did we pack up on the Friday? We did pack up on the Saturday. I think we finished on Friday, didn't we?
And then we finished on Friday, yeah. And we because then we had the.
Unfortunately, I was sick throughout this whole thing, so we couldn't really get
we
to
had
vocals.
the meeting.
We had a meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, Zoom meeting for youth.
Oh yeah, you
It was
guys.
a youth
Oh,
group
that's
meeting.
right. Yeah, we had the youth. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, didn't know.
And then I was like, I told Ruben, I was like, I'm going to be at the meeting, and he's like, no, you're not, and I was. But at first, it was a prank, by the way. And then later on, I called Andrew after we had a conversation. I was like, do you reckon it's a good idea if I would join the meeting? Because I wasn't actually planning to. But anyway, regardless of that, super sidetrack there.
Tangent.
That basically, like, mostly, like, aside from dinners, and then we did a whole bunch of, like, we did lots of piano with Hannah.
Yeah.
Hannah obviously enjoyed it.
or at least we think she did.
We're pretty, yeah. She's not here tonight. She's actually moving. So
She actually hasn't discussed anything that happened during recording, almost as if it was a bit traumatic.
No, it wasn't. It was all G times around there, and we had heaps of fun. But just quickly, so we've done the whole recording process.
Yep.
Let's hit me with a low light and a highlight.
Low light and highlight. Joel?
It's hard to say a low light. I think. There was one particular night when we were trying to figure out a guitar part. And I remember Connor and I kind of got a bit heat. Got into a very passionate discussion, we'll say, about it. And I think we both had there was a particular thing that Connor really liked, and I wasn't too keen on. And
it was funny because it was like
an
I was like
part or electric part?
electric.
It was electric. It was electric, and I was like, man, I really feel this. Like this, it's like I feel like I should do this, and then we recorded it, and then. But then I realized it was straight up copyright, and it was just ripping off another song. And I was like, "We can't use it."
I realized that.
Well, no, because so it came from an Offspring song.
Yeah. Really
and
and
Lockie was like, "Isn't this song?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't think so." So I listened to the song, and
you listened to the intro.
It wasn't the intro, which is where I thought where you thought you were referencing to. It comes later on in the song.
Because I'll be honest, I spent quite a big chunk of recording just listening to. Granted, I was listening to the music. I was semi paying attention. I was mainly focusing on the game I was playing at the time. But like, I remember I was playing that. I was like, hold on, that sound, like it clicked. It was like, oh, that's that song.
Yeah, I guess that's why though. It felt right because it was really familiar.
Yeah, we had like a 20-minute debacle about this.
Yeah, we did.
Carried on until Pot Black, and then you played it, and then just came up to me like, yeah, you were right.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was like, Lockie, yeah, you're right. It is that song. Like, and then so we ended up not
Connor
doing
comes
it.
up to me, he's like, Joel,
you'll be happy to find
you win. We can't use that part.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
copyright. Yeah,
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think it's fine.
We came up with something that I think we're both happy with.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, it was really good. So I'm stoked about that. It was that one thing I was like, oh, I actually really like it. I think it sounds good. Like we need something there. So this kind of fills that pretty well. And also like in some sense, although obviously the Offspring's very different to what we play, I still think that it was like, I still think it was good. I mean, obviously it's good enough that another huge worldwide band was playing something similar.
That did it.
But we're original. We're original. We're not gonna copy.
No.
Just saying, they did do it 30 years before us.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. Either way. We didn't end up recording that one, and we recorded something different, which is good. And I think I'm happy with how it sounds.
In the end, we got something good that I think we're all happy with. So yeah. It worked out in the end. Highlight for me. I think just hearing the improvement between the first album and this current album, huge difference.
Even just like the quality of like knowing, like the fact that we're like everything's super, like everything is really tight.
We've also written the songs with the recording in mind a bit more. Like we've kind of allowed space for all the instruments to sit in their own space, so we can hear all the instruments clearly, and like just. Spending a lot of time to like really focus on getting good guitar tones and all that sort of stuff. Just slowing down to try get the source material sounding really good before we just rush into things. Yeah.
I mean, even the things like that, now we actually own the recording equipment. So stuff that you were
with.
And also we weren't stuck in a time. We weren't stuck on
time slot. Yeah, last time we were recording, because we had to like be out at 10, right?
We had like 5 hours a day.
It wasn't at 5:30. We could get there at 5:30, and then we had to be
6 o'clock,
out by
and we
10.
had out by
but
10.
that included setting up and packing up.
Yeah.
So we got like 3 hours maybe of recording done every single night, and it was so slow.
The other thing was also how the band's kind of evolved since the last.
Well, I think that everyone's made huge improvements.
Well, also
I think that's like a pretty natural thing, right? Like if you're like dedicated and you practice.
But
a lot
I genuinely think that the step up is very significant, and it's not like we've. It seems like a lot more than a year or 2 years.
Yeah, sure.
Improvement.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but there's also the fact that we've had quite a few people come and go. Sadly, we lost Kirsten because she went off to pursue other things.
Yeah.
But then Hannah comes in with her own style and her vocals, and then of course I play very differently to Sam, and also the fact that we weren't running the bass or a DI, running it.
That's right. I decided to try.
Gave it a nice roomier feel, a bit of a deeper sound, if you ask me.
Yeah, different.
So we just took little things that we learned from the first recording session, and we just tried to amplify it and make that a bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, even guitar tone, right? Like there was a bit more thought into guitar tone, like lead guitar.
Yeah.
Are you looking for me to make any?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess with having these recordings here, we definitely experimented a lot more with actually like doing double tracking and things like that as well. In comparison to what we did in the first album. We also added in a lot of like riffs and things like that as well, where I started to like layer a lot of different stuff on to, just give it a little bit of a counter melody here, harmony there. Just to,
just a lot more.
Just to make it sound a bit more professional.
A bit of salt and pepper every now and then.
Salt and pepper every now and again. Yeah, it was really good, and it was fun
nice,
as well. Like, coming up with them.
Even
coming up with them. I mean, there's a couple of ones. There's one. You do that slide. You know what I mean? Like that. That's out of context, but I don't want to.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
We're gonna have to censor that entire
album
demo
when it comes out.
But like, flipping love. I honestly, that bit for me, I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. Like, that's so awesome. You're absolutely right. Yeah. All right. What about you, Lockie? What's a low light?
Low light. Crap.
Where to begin?
Outside of recording, there was so much going on. I was actually in the middle of getting a job I was in the middle of the 20-step audition process to get a job with a certain company.
Oh, that's right.
And I kid you, I'd wake up, I'd quickly swing by to check how things were going. Then I'd go and have this interview for an hour because it was always a group interview. So I'd be essentially fighting for a place to get through to the next round, and then I'd come back and I'd jam with these guys and practice and play and record, and then I'd go home, go to bed, rinse, repeat for I think 3 days.
Yeah, it was a while. It's a pretty big process.
So after all, the amount of stress I was putting on myself, and then also at the time I was hearing back from various TAFEs and about my courses and whatnot. Because I remember when I got accepted into my Heavy Diesel, it was in the middle of a recording session.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know
It was
that.
awesome because also Luke had just rocked up, so I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be doing something similar to what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
Is
cool.
that kind of cool?" And it was like, "Yeah."
And that's the low light.
So what's the low light?
The low light is Luke's reaction.
Soft rejection from Luke. You're not one of us.
The low light was the amount of stress, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I was also stressing out because this is the most professional form of recording I've ever done.
Putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
I did.
Yeah.
But that's also because, you guys technically have done this before.
Yeah, I think you did well, man.
You did
crushed
well.
it.
You did really well.
And then also there was that one night where Sam kept on wanting to do the
There was a particular song that you just had to keep doing a different
it was
part.
nothing. It was the chorus.
was
and it's
really rough on
nothing
your
but
finger.
chords. And because I had to send my bass, the other thing that stressed me out as well, my bass broke 2 weeks before recording. So I sent it off to get warranty repair, and I was worried if it was going to rock up on time. So it did, but that was just another pile of stress. The strings weren't worn in properly, so I was just absolutely shredding my hands after I think 10 takes.
Ooh.
I would premise
So
this a little bit
that's why
with. Now, I'm
I
not saying
see.
it's not fair for Lockie to get stressed about these things, but I would premise it that he gets stressed easily. So it's mainly because he tells himself that that the situation's worse than it really is. So go on.
Thank you, Dr. Nash.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll send you
Dr.
my
Phil.
bill. I'll send you my bill later.
So this is how you afford that appointment. No, but so my hands were getting absolutely ripped to shreds. And
I
then-
remember that.
Yeah, I remember
But I
that.
didn't
There's
realize it was
something
because you
else I
had
remember
new
about that
strings as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because I told you.
Anyway, one low light. One low light.
Pretty much just the amount of stress. And
Yeah,
again,
okay.
that night keeps on coming back because I did 20 takes in 1 hour or
least.
something like that.
You did a lot
And
of
it was just
takes. You
constantly
just
this one little-
kept.
It was just literally just
going.
one little thing. I remember.
And
It was
then
so
Connor got on the
slight.
mic
Yeah.
and was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, but I can keep going."
Yeah.
And then I did 2 more takes, and then Connor was just like, "Okay, you're done, pal.
Yeah.
That's it." I was like,
Well,
"Yeah,
just it
I'm
was a
happy
point
you
where
did that."
if you can't if you're at the point where your hands are hurting so much that you can't play properly,
Yeah,
then you
they
need a
were
break.
they were
Yeah.
blood red
Yeah.
when I was done.
So okay, low light. Okay, sure. What's your highlight?
I guess hanging out with you guys, to be honest.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so wholesome.
Well, also the fact that
No.
at the time I wasn't in TAFE. I was barely working, so I was really just sitting around the house doing nothing all day. It was great to have that 2 weeks where I actually went and did something productive.
Yeah,
I felt like it was just
sweet.
better for my mental health.
Yeah, it was good. It was G times, and yeah, honestly, I mean, you brought the Switch.
Yeah.
That was good too. We
Yeah.
could actually not just I mean, some of us slept.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Yeah, Mr. Game & Watch.
That's the other thing we haven't talked about, the entertainment situation.
Yeah.
Because granted, I brought my Switch. Now the thing
Need for
is,
Speed.
I brought
sorry.
I brought my Switch with the intention of sharing it around, right? Because it's a console designed to be played with multiple people.
This is
And then-
still crazy. It's
and
so
then-
weird and crazy. I forgot that he did this.
And then all of a sudden, 5th day in the recording,
I think it was the second week, right?
Ruben chimes up and is like, "Hey,
It
can I
was
bring
the
my
second
computer
week.
in?"
Yeah,
I was gonna bring in the computer to record some stuff for Ableton, which we
Yeah,
never,
we're going to
never
do some
actually got around
virtual
to that.
instrument stuff that we didn't
Yeah.
actually getting around to. But
I think
yeah.
that was something we were just like, look, we'll just leave that to after recording.
do it post.
Yeah,
Do it
yeah.
post.
So I was like, okay, that's fine by me. I just kept it around just in case we wanted to use it, but it also was a really good thing to then just play video
Ruben
games.
was just sitting there gaming,
I was
playing
just
video
playing-
games.
just playing video games all the time.
Yeah, he was playing this particular game. It had this really nice title scene. What was it?
What-
It had that really nice title main menu.
Oh, Genshin.
Yeah. I just remember it because it has a really
I love
nice
the loading
menu.
screen. It looks
I
so
remember
really
it
good.
because he wouldn't be quiet about it.
I was always like, Brandon's like,
I must
do
have
you
been
guys
recording when
think
this
this is
happened. I
really
must have been
cool? It's like
recording.
cool as loading screen.
after every take, time to play Genshin. And then what was even better is that when I was
So
playing,
addicted to that
when I
point.
was playing Runner Boy, because everyone else was doing actual work, So I'd run out and go and get Hungry Jacks and whatnot, because there's also a clip of me giving Hannah her food in the vlog. Coming in, I just felt like the biggest Uber Eats driver, because it was just Ruben was sitting there at his desk, and I was just like, I'd like gently place it in front, like worried I was going to lose a hand.
Oh man!
And then I just walk off.
That's so good. That's so good.
And then what's even better? One time it took you like 20 minutes to realize, just like, oh, food. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't think that actually happened. But
I remember that happening, man.
That's like a step further than like the Uber Eats driver leaving at your front door and you not going out to collect it.
Yeah.
Highlight was just hanging out and stuff. It's G times. I mean, for sure. What about you, Ruben? What was low light, highlight?
My highlight was definitely having an in-house Uber. It was perfect.
True.
The naps were great. Oh man, that couch was fantastic.
We've all
getting
had
milkshakes and
what couch that we had naps on?
It was the long.
Joel. Except for Joel. Joel did not have naps.
I was like, naps.
I would like to just genuinely actually just make it clear that I do not. I'm completely fine with just like working hard, and I'm not like envious or anything that these people would have naps and that. I had a lot of fun recording and working hard. It's something I enjoy doing. So it's I'm not jealous. Yeah,
not actually salty. But
I'm not actually salty. I just like to kind of.
To work.
I just like to.
He was super salty and he's just covering for himself right now.
What about
Ruben, I told you not to tell him that.
What about the low light?
Oh man, going back to the highlight. I think the real highlight was making really cool songs. They sound awesome.
They actually, some
really
of the instrumental pieces especially, I'm like, man, these are awesome. Like, these are awesome.
I'm hopeful too that the band just goes up from there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what I mean. Like, it only gets better, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
I genuinely believe with this album, or even like the direction that the band is going, this hopefully will go somewhere big.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I genuinely believe that will happen.
Yeah. Like honestly, like me too. I have that same heart, and just like for me, what like the evidence of that has really been like the doors have been like constantly open for us, and like it's not been a thing where we've been coming up against obstacles all the time. It really has been a path laid out for us throughout this whole journey, and like for me, that's like makes it evidence that we're on the right path. But anyway, sorry, back to you, Ruben. Sorry, into bit of intercession from me there, but the songs were good.
Yeah, I just think they were basically our best songs. So making them was an absolute pleasure. They were so much fun to make. You know, having heard like some of the final results as well, even though they haven't been like post-processed or anything like that, they do sound very cool.
They sound really good considering they're just like
cannot wait to actually like hear them.
Yeah, there's no mix, there's no effects on them. It's just like that's it. And it's just raw. Sounds good. Yeah.
And this is like the first half.
Yeah.
Low light.
Yeah, I'm already. Yeah.
Low light. Oh man, Pop Black.
We were all pretty tired. Yeah.
Oh, it was so boring. No. I don't know. It was mostly pretty good. Look, like not to throw any shade or anything like that, but it did feel like at times probably we did turn it into a bit of a competitive environment. It was like who could get like the most like song out in like the least amount of time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't feel that.
And I was like, that doesn't even really matter to the point where it's like you don't even realize like we're doing different parts and things like that. It's
I think there was
everyone does what they need to do, and
there was like
that's all that matters.
There was an afternoon where I was, because it was like the last day for me recording things, because I had to go to work and I smashed out 3 songs in an hour and a half.
Yeah, something like that.
Because that's where you talk. I swear.
Because I remember I came. I came back. I came back from somewhere.
It's not a super big deal. It's just like I think it's just creating an environment like that. It's just downgrading for like the whole team.
And it's not productive as well because you're then rushing things
pointless.
as well.
It's a pointless thought process.
You get done what you need to get done when you can get it done.
Yeah.
And like if it's not right, you just do it again. That's all it really needed.
I would also point out
that issue by the end of it though.
I would also point out, Ruben, that you are this is also coming from the person that managed to touch up an entire guitar line in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which one was this?
You did an entire you did a whole take and there was like a few bits of pieces to touch up.
Yeah,
and I was just like, this shouldn't take long, like maybe 10 minutes. And Sam and I all kind of look at each other and like, surely it will take longer than that. And like we get into it, we just smash through it. And you come in and it was like, how was that? And it's just like, Yeah, that's pretty close to 10 minutes.
I know why. I think I know why. Because I think this was when I had the computer out and I was like ready to play Genshin. And I was like, I was
gotta get it done. I gotta play Genshin.
Done, man. Genshin's on my mind. Oh man, songs will be done. That's fine. They'll just be done. Let me go play Genshin. So setting up the PC was actually a really good idea because it set myself up with an intrinsic reward.
Focused.
Yeah, whenever I finished with recording, I just go play video games, and I was like, that was my
you hear the boot up and you start salivating.
Yeah, we just open Genshin and just finish the game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, what about you?
Sounds me. How about you?
What about me?
Yeah,
okay.
Your turn.
Low light was that I was like sick.
Right.
Like I was
That's
just
pretty sick,
yeah. I was sick the whole time, and the thing is, like, I might like, I wouldn't go so far to say it's FOMO, but like, I want to like, we're doing recording, you know, I want to enjoy it, I want to love it, you know, as we're going and doing stuff, you know, just want to vibe with everyone, and just hang out, you know, like I want to go to Pop Black at night. I don't want to be like concerned that I'm sick, but the fact of the matter is that I was sick.
I think we were all like worried about ourselves getting sick.
Yeah. But I think
I thought you said you started to feel sick at some point.
I can't remember, but I think I did start feeling a bit of a sore throat, and I was looking at Connor. I was like, I swear to goodness, Connor.
But either way, like I was sort of sick a little bit, but I was kind of getting over it though. But it just lingered. That's what was like really annoying about it. Because I just wanted to be good, so I wanted to be able to sing, like do vocals and stuff. But we ended up actually having to do it later because I couldn't do vocals when we were recording. So. But either way, that's the low light. Oh man, the highlight, man, just like honestly, just like awesome. Honestly, I loved every second of recording. Like there was some like intense moments, but like for me, that was just a part of the creative process. It was like never anything personal. Never was anything ever personal. It was just like difference of opinions over creative matters, and like you know what? Sometimes people brought good ideas to the table. Sometimes people brought not as good ideas to the table, but everyone just worked together, came together. People like came even if they weren't recording just to hang out and spend time with people. And like it's so encouraging to have someone come alongside you when they don't have to be there. And like, I don't know, you guys blew me away. Like Joel worked so hard. There was one other highlight, and we have our events manager for Make Creative. We had to call up us on, was it the first
Jeff
day?
Chester.
Yeah, it was the first.
Big shout out to Jeff Chester.
Huge shout out to Jeff Chester. Jeff Chester,
janitor cleaner here at Rivo, and is pretty much the events manager here.
Yeah,
across all the sound and lighting stuff. He taught me a lot about sound and lighting and all that. So I owe him a lot.
Jeff calls us up. And he's just like, "Hey guys, so how's recording going?" And we're like, just sort of chatting and stuff, talking about recording. He's like,
we're just about to get started.
Guys, can I just pray for you guys?
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where he called it up just so he could pray with us. And like that just like, it's just so motivating and so like encouraging and like just a reminder why we're doing all of this.
Yeah.
And it just like very humbling from the start, you know, like that like we have this motivation to worship and honor God through these songs and through these tools that we are creating. And through the gifts that God's given us. And just to have him like set the tone for the whole time of just like reminding us why we're here. And we had heaps of fun, but like we didn't like at no point did anyone like really get angry or bitter at one another. Like everyone worked together. There were some times where like things got maybe a little bit competitive or things got heated in conversations where like when it came to creative matters, but like they were resolved and it was never personal.
No.
And like for me, like it's such a huge highlight to be able to to be surrounded by a bunch of people who are just like good. You know what I mean? Like an amazing people. And like, you know what? Like I could ask for nothing more than like these people. So I got asked a question today actually, like Connor, if you could design a worship band using any artist in the world, I said, I'd have the Make Creative band. Like it didn't matter. Like didn't matter who I had access to. I'd still pick Make Creative every single time. Doesn't matter how talented or how famous they are. I don't want them because they're not Make Creative. And like Make Creative, like we've got a vision and we've got a goal and we're like doing and achieving and we're moving we're moving and we can feel that movement and getting someone else in, I just couldn't bear myself to do that. So we're so blessed to have Hannah, Sam, Maddie, Lockie, Joel, Ruben, just on the team, and then I'll also throw in Jared and Jeff in there as well and Kelvin.
Yeah. What about Luke?
And Luke. And Luke.
Luke's also
Of course, Luke. Oh man, I was doing so well. This is why you don't list names, guys, because you forget people. Yeah. Yes, definitely Luke. Luke brought us so many meals.
You included his brother before the drummer.
Wow.
All right.
I felt
so.
that.
With that, we're going to sign off. It's been a very...
I've actually got one more highlight I want to throw out there.
Ooh.
You remember the first recording album, how Sam managed to get me with Doorknobs?
Yes.
I got him back this album.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
He was sitting there on the couch. He was probably just a bit too relaxed and a bit too just zoned out.
Yeah.
Lets it slip. We finished what we're saying.
best way was
and
so
then I was just
casual.
like, actually, just before we get back to it, just Sam quickly.
And he was like complaining. He was like, no, we need to record. He's like, no, we need to record it. We're just like, nah, this is tradition, buddy.
We looked at each other and we're just like, get him.
Yeah.
And what's even better is like 10 minutes later, it happened again. But it was in the middle of a take. Because again, we looked at each other and just went, Doorknobs. And then Sam was like, oh, no, not now. He's doing a take.
To explain the game.
So we let him off of it. I think
To explain
the game, look at the first album recording podcast.
Yeah. So explain the game. So Doorknobs is a game where if you were to, I'm going to say it, try and say it the most polite way possible. If you were to pass wind, and then you immediately have to say safety, right? And that secures you. You're safe. You're okay. If you don't have to participate in the game, you're safe. But if someone calls Doorknobs, you get to punch that person until they reach a doorknob. And now, to be clear, not a door handle. It must be a circular doorknob.
Has rotational symmetry.
Rotational symmetry. And then that is, it can't be a draw knob. It has to be on a door.
Yeah.
So
cupboards are a grey area.
So that was the game. And
but it can still be on like a cabinet or something.
So if you ever catch us in public saying safety, you know what's just happened. And so, yeah, and every now and again, one of us slips up, gets to say safety, and we all end up chasing after the person as they try and reaching a doorknob. It's just a whole funny facade, crazy thing going on.
The best part
Really
was
fun.
at Velocity that the only door in the building with a doorknob was the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The kitchen and the kids' room.
Yeah, that's right. But they're pretty far away from where we were.
Yeah. So pretty much you have to do like 100-yard dash just through the center of where we're recording with all the gear. Yeah. Just get to the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more highlights before I do the sign off?
Look, yeah. I think it was just a lot of fun, and I genuinely just appreciated working with every single one in the band.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
The late nights and the long hours.
Dude, you had
the late nights / early mornings and early mornings after the early mornings / late nights.
They were like a mix for me. They were like low light and highlight. Like low light is that I was wrecked and I was tired. And highlight is that it happened.
I reckon your highlight should be that you got forklift certified at the same time.
Yeah, I did. I did get forklift certified at the same time. But no, honestly, like if I had to like aside from me being sick, that's probably my second low light actually. Yeah. Because like there was 2 days where I wasn't there, and I just the whole time I was sitting there. It was fortunate because like. Literally at the forklift driving course, the guy was like really impressed. He was like, "Oh, you're crushing it. Do you want to just take the test now?" And he didn't make me stay there for like the entire day. He was like, "Just do it. I'm gonna do the test with you now, so you can just go because you've got it covered. You're good." Nice. And then he just set me up, and I managed to get to band recording a little bit earlier, which is great. So the low light was that I had to leave it all. Like I wanted to be there every single day, but this is just the way the cookie crumbled and how everything lined up. So. Just had to happen then, but yeah. Any other highlights or lowlights?
Yeah, I have a low light. I was not allowed to play drums as often as I wanted to.
Yeah,
don't touch the kit.
Yeah, because the whole thing is we didn't want to touch the kit at all because everything was set up perfectly, and if we start moving everything around, we're gonna have to adjust it again. So we just had to leave it, and Ruben just like wanted to like hit stuff. And I think Lockie wasn't there, so
that's what a drummer does. They just hit stuff.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Aside from that, I think Ruben, we got cookies made as well. We got some cookies made from Lockie's parents. That was good.
That's a highlight.
Lockie made them actually. Yeah, Lockie actually made them. They were actually pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.
I think the cameras are dead now, so
no.
Let's sign off.
White shot's still going.
So please, if you haven't already, and if you enjoyed this crazy podcast and us chatting and stuff, please hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. And please go leave a like, leave a comment. Feel free to ask us anything. We'll probably respond. We read every single comment, so please leave something, and we'll hopefully respond if you have a question for us. But yeah, we had an absolutely awesome time. Just thanks for everyone who supported us through this. Thank you for everyone who's been praying for us. And we're going to sign off now, and we're going to see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.